Today's show is sponsored by the audiobook of Stay Sexy and Don't Get Murdered, written and read by Karen Kilgariff and Georgia Hardstark, the voices behind the hit podcast and my favorite podcast, no offense to my own podcast, My Favorite Murder. Karen and Georgia delve into their own past, true crime stories, and more to discuss meaningful issues with fierce empathy and unapologetic frankness. The audiobook includes special guest appearance by Paul Giamatti. Well, it's Giamatti, but like Giamatti, guys. Buy the audiobook edition of Stay Sexy and Don't Get Murdered wherever audiobooks are sold. Guys, I'm a big old fan of them and their book. And Paul Giamatti, to be honest. We good?
We're great.
Are we Gucci, though?
We're terrific. I refuse to say that.
Say Gucci.
No.
Say Gucci. Say Gucci, Gucci, goo. Like a baby.
I got you.
Okay. Well, well, guys, welcome to the podcast. Hey, great to have you all here. They can't respond. I'm not new at this. I should know that you guys can't respond by now. Well, guys, welcome back to the podcast. This is Don't Blame Me. Today, we have a guest who traveled far and fucking wide.
Just don't even call me a guest because I'm not.
You're not a guest. You're way more than a guest. You're my co-host. This is Melisa.
Hi. In case you don't know, my name's Melisa Diamond Monts.
And did you ever tell anyone why all your and your sister's name starts with M?
We all start with the M for miracle because my mom had endometriosis and was told that she couldn't have kids. So each one of us was a mistake.
I like that. It's so cute.
She wouldn't say that. She would say we were all miracles, but we were all
really
mistakes.
Cute. I mean, hey, it's okay.
Yeah.
If you guys want to call in and be on an upcoming episode, our phone number is 310-694-0976. And if you're an international listener, you can send us an audio file at meghanpodcast@gmail.com. I'm really realizing how many holes are in my sweater. It's pretty breezy.
I mean,
I don't think
pretty
it's a sweater.
much don't have a shirt on.
Yeah, I'm a little cold.
It's like a
nipply
cover up for when you go to the beach.
I think it honestly is that. Should we get started?
We shall.
Let us begin. Drum roll, please, everybody.
Hey, Megan. I'm 19 and I'm a freshman in college. Basically, I'm calling because I need advice on something with my ex. So basically, my ex and I started dating freshman year of high school, and we've been super on and off in high school. And when we went off to college, we kind of like lost touch, I guess, because we got in an argument before we left. And I haven't really talked to him since August, but recently, he's been, I guess, going through some things, and I guess turned to smoking weed to help him. And he started smoking like when college started, so no one really thought anything of it, but recently it's been getting really bad, and he just broke up with his girlfriend that he also dated in high school, and I don't know, I feel like I want to reach out and help him. And his best friend and I guess ex-girlfriend now went to his parents' house over the weekend and tried to get him help. And I don't know, I just feel like I want to reach out to him and see, I don't know, if I can be there for him or help him or anything, but I don't know if that's a bad idea. His birthday's in a couple weeks, so I don't know if I should maybe bring it up like after that or something, but I've been meaning to reach out to him anyway, and I just want to make sure he's okay and to see if there's anything I can do to help. So if you could help with that, that'd be great. I just kind of feel lost. I don't know what's the right thing to do, and I don't want to put more stress on him. So, yeah. I hope you can help me out. Thanks.
Would you like to do an intervention with me? Because I think I smoke every single day. Because I can't sleep without smoking weed.
Are you still in love with him?
This sounds like an excuse. Like, I think like we're not going to call you out by like, figuring out your area code. But like, it sounds like you're probably in a place where weed is illegal. Mm-hmm. And I think also a huge thing in a lot of places where weed is legal is like
it becomes like crack. Like it is cocaine. Like it is, and the education there behind it. Like the reason why it's legalized is not because everyone in California is like, yeah, do lines off of whatever. Like smoke a doobie. Like light up a house. Like do a lot of other weird shit. Like that's not why it's been like legalized here or like decriminalized. I guess it's legalized. It's not decriminalized. Both here. Yeah. I can. Yeah. Now that it is, but. Yeah. So I would say that like I think like that comes from a little bit of naivety around what it is that someone needs to be like saved from it. Again, I am like a somewhat functioning adult and like I smoke weed to fall asleep every single night without a doubt. Like when I like I don't like enjoy. I mean, I definitely used to enjoy like getting high throughout the day. I don't enjoy that now because it like makes me feel really anxious. But like if it's a kind of strain that like helps me relax and fall asleep, it's super, super great. CBD is also part of the marijuana plant. It's the only thing that helps me with, I mean, it's not the only thing, but it's the thing that like, if I have like really bad pain, like if I have really bad cramps or I have really bad migraines, that's what I use in addition to painkillers. And like it's helps my liver because I'm not taking like way too many painkillers.
But this doesn't sound like he's somebody that's just taking it to help with medicate.
But at the same time, I think like there is, he's not doing cocaine. I think like they're like, if he's going to get into anything, like I definitely had like in high school, I had a stoner phase where it was like, I was like pissed at the world, angsty, like I'm just going to smoke fucking weed and like be kind of a deadbeat or whatever. It's of all the things to become like a deadbeat on, it's not that. And I also don't know how much of your association with him doing that is it's a bad thing as opposed to him just like enjoying being high and like having not using that as like a telltale sign that like something is really wrong with his life and he's like doing all of these terrible like self-harming things. If he's going through a time and dealing with something like that, if you're his ex-girlfriend, you're not the person to reach out. That doesn't, I don't think that helps.
Honestly, it just sounds like an excuse to me because she's saying she hasn't talked to him since August.
Yeah.
Like that's so long ago and you don't even really know what's going on in his life. And he's had a girlfriend in between that time too. So it seems like he broke up with his girlfriend and you're looking for an excuse to slide in there.
Yep.
And this,
because you're bored. Ariana Grande hit song.
Yeah. Break up with your girlfriend.
Because I'm bored.
I like that song a lot. But it's just, it's not your problem.
No.
You're not close to him anymore. You're not part of the situation. So why are you trying to insert yourself into this situation?
And you're making a situation that could potentially not be a situation or a problem. Like it's the projecting of like that this is an issue and that he needs you. No offense. He doesn't. Like as much as you, I think for you really want him to want to need you. And especially when you guys have been like on and off and everything like that. Unless that you guys are going to get back together and like you want to approach him because like you miss him and you want to talk about getting back together, any excuse otherwise than that is not going to help either of you. Yeah. Like as somebody who's definitely been that girl who's like reached out to exes or whatever, like it doesn't help either of us. Like, and I've had exes reach out to like, and I'm like, none of this helps either of us at a certain point. Like unless there's like a real conversation about our own relationship, but like any sort of concern that you show and compassion that you have, it is just going to feel misdirected if it comes from you. I had a boyfriend I had a boyfriend at one time. I still have one. He's great. Love you.
Separate boyfriends?
Multiple ones. But when I was in high school and when we broke up, I found out his grandma had passed away and I had like reached out to him and I was like, I'm so sorry. And he was like, why are you fucking messaging me? And I was like, you're right. Okay. This is not, all I'm doing is like, let's say he is going through a hard time. You're going through a hard time. You're the last person you want to fucking hear from, your ex-girlfriend. Like, it's just not, and even if you guys have like, and I think also having an on again, off again relationship, it feels a little more natural and normal to kind of like pick things up. But like, I think like you guys aren't together for a reason. And I think that you need to disassociate yourself from the situation. And if he wants to talk to you, like he can message you and you can see that from him. But
also you mentioned that it's his birthday in a couple weeks. Like you're just looking for any excuse to talk to him.
And no, like don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. You don't need it.
This is like
you're bored.
No, but it's like the light version of that girl who said that her ex accidentally murdered somebody and she was going to reach out to him. This is like
you didn't murder. He didn't murder anyone. But
this is like 1. That was a 10.
That was like a 5. We never heard from her again. Mm-mm. Yeah, we alienated her. That's so sorry. But yeah, no, you just gotta focus on your own stuff in your own life.
Hi, Megan. So I am 21 years old and in college. And I have a question because I'm kind of at like an awkward place, I feel, in my dating life. So basically, over a year ago, I ended a relationship I was in for 3 years. And that took a really long time to get over. I dated around, but I just really wasn't fully submerging myself into these relationships, scare quote. And now I feel like I'm at a place where I could potentially date. And I've tried. Because, I've been working on myself and trying to better myself, and not go back into old habits. But I'm just not really meeting anyone. And Tinder is like super aggressive, if I'm being honest. Like, so many guys are just like, so come over and like, you want to fuck. Like, I keep running into so many of those guys. And this one guy that I went on a date with, he was like, oh yeah, I don't like casual sex. Like, I want to be in a relationship before we have sex. And I'm like, okay, cool. We go on a date, and then we hang out again. And he's trying to, like, fuck the whole time. And I was just like, okay, you're not making any sense. Like, this whole process doesn't make any sense. And I guess what I'm asking is, do you have any suggestions for how to meet somebody who isn't a piece of shit? Because I keep running into guys who just absolutely have no respect, just see me as a hole to put their penis in. And I want more than that. Like, I just want, I want a relationship. I want quality friendship in somebody. How do you find that? And I know, the typical, like, saying, oh, stop looking because it will find you, blah, 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 blah. Well, I'm in college. Social life isn't really there that much. Like, it is, but it isn't, I work a lot. I'm in school a lot. And, and I'm an art major, so there's a lot of gay men, not really very many straight men. So it's just hard to meet people. So I hope you can get back to me. I'll be listening to your podcast. Thanks. Bye-bye.
If any guy tells you that he does not like casual sex, run.
It's a lie.
It's a fucking lie.
It's a way to lure you in.
To make you think that you're special, like that this is like, oh, I never do this. Yeah. Like,
I'm not that kind of boy.
I am not this kind of boy. I don't want you to get the wrong idea of me. I'm a stand-up citizen. Oh my God.
Oh.
But yeah, if a guy says that, I think like lame to say like you gotta kiss a lot of frogs to find your prince. I think like I think dating apps depending on your age, dating apps can be effective in the sense that you can see, I don't know, at least I know like my friends who are like my age and stuff, like if a guy wants to like hook up with someone or anyone wants to hook up, like it's pretty easy to discern that from people's messages on dating apps. But a lot of the time people on dating apps, it typically means like, oh, okay, this person, like if they're going to hook up with someone, they're going to, but like if they're going to start a conversation with me, they're on this dating app because they want to actually meet people. And a lot of the time people even say in their profiles, like not looking for anything serious or like looking for whatever. And so I don't know if like age wise, it's younger guys just are like scamming, just like scam left and right. But I mean, I think trust your gut and trust your instinct. I think the more that you talk to somebody, and if they even start to get like sexual immediately, just like rule them out. Don't wait it out and think a guy who goes creepy can revert to not be creepy. Once they go creepy, they don't go back. And so if anyone does that, don't give them like the time to like rectify it. Just like move on and don't keep messaging them. Or if anyone has something in their profile that you're like, oh, this feels a little like, if it seems a little scammy or if it seems a little too good to be true, it probably is. And then I think like going on a date with a guy, I think you'll be able to tell, like, even if that means for you that you don't want to kiss them on the first date. I think you can see that. But I would say, as opposed, like, before you really like go gung ho on dating apps, because like you do have to sift through a lot of terrible like people, I would try and get involved in something at school that's not within your major.
Yeah, that was going to be my advice. I was in a ton of clubs at school because...
And she got so much dick.
I mean, I did. But like, my major was biology, and that was not the hot ticket.
That was not where she was. That's not the dick she wanted.
Yeah. Oh, I take that back because
they're not listening.
I was going to say 2 of my boyfriends were in my major, but I was in a lot of clubs and that weren't necessarily in my major, and I would be in them because I wanted to learn more about what was going on. Even taking like elective classes that are outside of your major as well. I took like golf. A lot of hot guys in golf in the golf class.
And then they get older and then they lose all their hair.
Yes.
And they vote for Trump.
I have to show you an exact example of this.
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, just going like getting outside of your like safe place, you've got to put yourself out there. So going to like your student activities place at school and finding like different clubs and stuff and then signing up for those. I know that you're busy. I was super busy in college too, but I still like made time for things that I wanted.
And the whole wait for it, it's going to happen. I don't buy that. You have to make time and invest in that, because if you were going to, if it was going to be so easy and you were going to meet somebody, clearly, no offense, clearly in your circle and your safe space and everything you're doing, there isn't a guy there. You haven't met that guy. That guy isn't going to miraculously show up. So doing the same thing over and over again, like and expecting different results, like it's going to end up the same. So like you have to put yourself in a new position to meet new people to then potentially, find somebody like that. But if you don't look, I mean, I definitely for a long time was like, you know what? I also use it as my excuse because I like didn't want to date for a while. That I was like, you know what? When it happens, it's just gonna happen. And my best friend was like, Sydney was like, no, it's not fucking not. You're gonna fucking die alone if you do that. Like, are you? And she was like, I'm so fucking worried that you are going to die alone
I'm on
because
that path right
you
now.
do not go out with people. And she's like, you have to understand, like, you're gonna go on one date with somebody in a year. She's like, so you said you're gonna be ready to like go out with someone like in a year. She goes, she's like, I've been through like 15 fucking guys in a week and they're all terrible. Like, you gotta get those numbers in to figure it out.
Meeting all these people.
My God, Coffee Meets Bagel, J Swipe, J Date. Sydney also, we've been over this. She's the greatest person of all time, and therefore she can get a little clouded when she meets people because her personality is so great and she can talk to anyone and she's so fun that she sometimes doesn't realize if she likes them or if she just like has a lot of self-love and really enjoys dinner with herself, which like you sometimes is. Yeah. But yeah, you have to switch it up. And I know it can be kind of uncomfortable. I am 100% a creature of habit. Like, I do not stray away from those things. I mean, stray away from things that I'm like comfortable and used to. And I did like the Greek thing in college when I was there for a hot second. And then real quickly dated everybody I wanted to date. And I was like, I'm still a freshman. Fuck. And I auditioned for like a student film that I was like, okay, I mean, still something that I liked doing, but I didn't have like my safety net of like my friends and like the people that I felt more comfortable with, and I felt more like I had my footing. I kind of put myself out there, and I met this guy who turned out to be fucking psycho. But hey, like,
still, you wouldn't have had that experience. You wouldn't be telling that story right now.
It's a whole chapter in my book too, guys. Like,
when is that ever coming out?
Fuck off! Good God, I'm done.
I'm just messing with you. I saw your little message that you sent to your publishers.
They were really nice to me about it, but I did finish it. I mean, we'd have more. I mean, I finished the last round of edits.
Yeah.
Good God. But yeah, you got to put yourself out there because it's not just going to happen. And also I think that's also kind of how people settle, is because like then somebody comes into your life and they've done all the legwork and they've really pursued you, and like so you're like, oh, this is who I'm supposed to be with, and then you sometimes can end up settling for like character traits where you're like, but if you're actually looking for something, it's like going shopping and buying a dress and then getting a dress as a present. Which one do you usually like more? The one that you like thought, like, you know what I mean? I mean, sometimes you like gifts. Like,
I was gonna say, but if I didn't pay for it, I might like it too.
I didn't have to like get my lashes done. I mean, there's such like put in the work.
Yeah,
but yeah, you know, who knows? Maybe it doesn't fit though.
Yeah,
you're gonna be good.
Yeah. Just get out of your circle. Yeah, and I'm listening to this as my own advice too, because I just don't leave my house, or when I do leave, it's for work, and I'm probably gonna die alone. So.
It's okay. I would die alone if it wasn't for Monts. I went on one date on a dating app and I hated him. He was the worst. I made out with him all night. And then he was like, I really thought we had a connection. I was like, really?
Yeah,
and then
your
I was
tongues
like, actually,
were connecting.
That is kind of my own fault. But I gave him like, he was one of those like white guys who loves like, he like is like fiscally, he was like he's like
fisted you.
He fisted me and I was at the bar and I was like, fuck yes.
That was your connection.
Like fiscally Republican or like no, he's fiscally conservative, because I wouldn't have gone on a date with him if he was fiscally Republican. Or I wouldn't even do this now. This was like 4 years ago. Back in a much later time. And he was one of those guys who like liked the fact that I gave him a hard time, and I was like, no, I just actively hated you and thought you were kind of a shitty like douchebag. But he was like, oh my god, I love like when the girls like, you're not like afraid to give me a hard time. Like, no, I just think you're bad, and I'm telling you that like
he's a submissive.
100%. He was so tall, such a tall man to be such a submissive boy. Okay, he was hot too, I think. Don't really remember. So drunk. Okay, should we go on to the next?
We shall.
Hey, Megan, I'm going to try this again. I'm 20 years old, and to get some background, my boyfriend and I have been together for a little over 5 years. We don't plan on getting married anytime soon. I mean, we are 20. But the issue isn't with us, it's with his brother. To put it in perspective, him and his now fiance both call us names. They've both said, fuck you, multiple times to us. Actually, last night when I got into a wreck, they both said, I wish you died in the wreck and that I could burn in hell. My thing is, it's also my boyfriend's twin brother, and they've always been really close. Now that his brother met this guy, he's completely changed, pretty much do a complete flop. I mean, it happened a little bit before he met this guy, but this guy just made it escalate even more. I guess what I'm asking is, when our wedding does come and with our kids, I don't want him anywhere near him. Am I wrong? Or should I accept the fact that he is going to be in the life? My boyfriend and I both have talked about it because it is something that we've, talked about. So I was just wondering if you could give me some advice about it. If I need to give more detail, I can always call back. Thank you. Bye.
I'm really confused.
I think you're jumping the gun a little bit.
Do you have kids?
I don't think so, because she said they're 20 and they've been dating for 5 years, but it's too young for them to get married. So
I'm like really okay. So I'm confused because like wishing death upon someone and then you go on to say, but they're really, him and my boyfriend are really close. That's super fucking weird. Like that is a little bit of a red flag to me. Like, is it like, was he like, is he have a really weird twisted sense of humor that like isn't funny? Or is like your boyfriend cool with his twin brother wishing death upon you? Like that to me, like it just doesn't all add up in the sense that you're like, and I've talked to my boyfriend about it, but like, they're not engaged. They're just, but like that to me, I'm like, so what does he say when you guys talk about it? Like, does he talk to his brother? Because anybody who you want to spend the rest of your life with and who wants to spend the rest of life with you, like you don't let people talk to your like someone like that. I wouldn't even let someone talk like an acquaintance. If I heard,
no, that's terrible.
If Monts like said that to like someone who I'd met in passing, I'd be like, what the fuck? Like it's such a weird thing. But you also saying that it's come since he's engaged, that since he met his fiance. Mm-hmm. Is it like, I don't know. I don't know. Is it something like, I don't know if you think this relationship's going to last, but is this going to be like, is this a phase? Is this like a really like negative, very toxic, shitty phase that your boyfriend could be like, you know what, until my brother gets his shit together and can be a decent human being, he's not going to be a part of our lives. But like, I think like you shouldn't accept this behavior. Not even thinking 5 years down the road when you're being like, well, once we get married, we have kids. Like, you shouldn't accept this behavior now.
Yeah.
So I think like that needs to be a bigger conversation. And to me, it doesn't sound like an issue between you and the brother for like, why does he even dislike you? But this sounds like an issue between you and your boyfriend. Like, if he's not shutting this down and like cutting this relationship out of his life, like that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like,
none of this.
You don't
makes
tolerate
sense.
that from anybody.
Does he talk to his brother that way? Well, he did say that they say fuck you to both of them. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
It just seems like an evil brother. Like they're evil, the good twin and the bad twin.
Yeah, and they had a triple and he ate the other one in the womb.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you and your boyfriend need to talk about this because this isn't one of those things that you're like, well, with every relationship you have to deal with the twin brother who wishes death upon the fiance.
No.
Like, that's not a thing.
And also, I'm guessing since you've been together 5 years, maybe you're close to their parents too. Like, what do their parents say about this? This is a strange situation.
We do need you to call back with more.
Yeah.
This is odd. I want to know what you and your boyfriend, what he has said about this, and what also where is it coming from? Because wishing death, like, did you guys get in a fight? Like, have you guys had disagreements over like actual things? And is there like a lot of animosity and anger surrounding an actual event, or is it just like, I actually just want you dead? And like, what does your boyfriend say when he does that?
And did he talk like this before,
that's what
or
I wonder.
did the fiance escalate everything?
Yeah.
And what was, because like I said, you've known him for 5 years. I'm taking it that you guys went to school together and everything. So like, what was your relationship like before?
Yeah. And yeah, I think as much as like family is family, that first of all sounds dangerous, but like on top of that, like as much as like if your boyfriend, family can be family, but that still requires standing up to people, and always holding people accountable, and wanting people to be better. But like if his mentality of this is like, oh, that's just my brother, pay him no mind, he's not looking out for you. He's looking out for his brother more than he's looking out for you. And he can look out for both of you. It doesn't have to be an either or. But right now you're getting the short end of the stick and he's letting his brother like treat you like shit and talk to you like shit, which is not okay and by any means. And he needs to get that shit together. Otherwise, I think that it's a waste of a relationship.
Yeah. Call us back. We need more information.
I'm so fucking confused.
Me too.
Oh my God, if someone wished death upon me, I'd be like, wait, actually? Are you serious?
No way that can be true. Unless they're just evil.
And then,
like,
but then how do they not know? How is the boyfriend like, we're really close?
I don't know.
Okay. It's time for a break and we'll be right back.
Goodbye.
For now.
With more than 70 sizes, including their signature half cup sizes, ThirdLove designs bras with breast size and shape in mind for perfect fit and premium feel. Just answer a few simple questions via ThirdLove's Fit Finder quiz to find your perfect fit in 60 seconds. Then, thanks to ThirdLove's 100% fit guarantee, you can wear, wash, and put your bra to the test for 60 days. And if you don't love it, you can return it and ThirdLove will wash it and donate it to a woman in need. This is hands down the most comfortable bra you'll own, with straps that won't slip, tagless labels, and lightweight, super thin memory foam cups. Guys, they're not kidding. This is my favorite bra. It is the only bra that I wear. It is so incredibly comfortable. It's like you're not even wearing a bra. I might have to get a new one because now one of my boobs is bigger than the other. I'm going to have to figure that whole thing out and that whole shenanigans. But guys, it is so incredibly comfortable. Half of my body is a part of the tiny titty committee. The other half is a part of like the mid-sized titty committee right now. But my best friend Sydney, she's got like hefty titties. Like she's got big old titties and she loves these bras too. So it's not just for small boobs, they're for big boobs. I find them supportive, she finds them supportive. They're just my favorite bras in the entire world. ThirdLove knows that there's a perfect bra for everyone. So right now they're offering my listeners 15% off your first order. Go to thirdlove.com/blame to find your perfect fitting bra and get 15% off your first purchase. That's thirdlove.com/blame for 15% off today. Long day at work, tough day at school, still stuck at the office? Treat yourself to the meal you deserve on demand from your favorite restaurant with DoorDash. DoorDash connects you to all of your favorite restaurants in your city. Just use the DoorDash app to choose what you want to eat, and your Dasher will bring it to you wherever you are. With over 310,000 amazing restaurants in over 3,300 cities across the U.S. and Canada, DoorDash lets you order from your local go-tos as well as your favorite chains like Chipotle, Wendy's, Chick-fil-A, and the Cheesecake Factory. Let the dinner come to you with DoorDash. And right now, our listeners can get $5 off their first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter promo code BLAME. That's $5 off your first order when you download the DoorDash app from the App Store and enter promo code BLAME. Again, one more time. That's promo code BLAME for $5 off your first order from DoorDash. Clean It Zero is a 3-in-1 cleansing balm that quickly melts away stubborn face and eye makeup and completely cleanses skin in one simple step. It's the holy grail of makeup removers. I don't know why I suddenly tried to go Irish there. Clean It Zero is the best lazy girl all-in-one cleanser and makeup remover that literally melts away your makeup in less than a minute, and it will never leave your skin dry or tight after use. Clean It Zero is made with only skin-loving ingredients. That means no parabens, sulfates, phthalates, mineral oil, alcohol, or artificial coloring. Clean It Zero comes in 4 different formulas. 1, original. 2, purifying to balance and calm oily skin. 3, nourishing to moisturize dry skin. And 4, revitalizing to provide antioxidant protection. I have been using the OG, number 1, the original. I'm a huge fan of cleansing balms. I think they're so great. Gone are the days of makeup remover wipes. Goodbye. Not good for your skin. So much alcohol, so much tugging. And this is one of those fun things to do. When you take your makeup off, it's like you give yourself, you're supposed to just massage it into your skin. It's like you give yourself your own personal facial massage. And then when you look at your skin in the mirror, like you look like a candle. Like everything is melting off your face. You look ridiculous. If you've got a lot of mascara on, boy, oh boy, do you have those giant panda eyes. It is fantastic. Cleansing balms are my favorite way to take off my makeup, and I absolutely love this one. Find Clean It Zero on vanillausa.com and use the code BLAME for 10% off. Beware of dupes and fakes on Amazon. That's BANILAUSA.com, promo code BLAME.
Okay, guys. How was that for you? Let's get into the rest of the calls.
My name is
Hi.
I'm a 23-year-old
Does he
about
need his
to
office?
turn 24. I've been seeing this guy for a few months now, and well,
Does he
this
know we
is the
recorded?
first serious relationship
to.
I've had in a long time, because I've been in and out of like friends with benefits and sleeping around, and I've had my fair share of good sex, and I've been in this relationship and we have yet to have sex,
3 months?
and it's not because he doesn't want to, it's more because I'm afraid to.
Few months. you would say.
We have messed around to the point of I've seen it and I felt it. And it's just, I don't want to be cruel or,
small.
I don't know. It's just not big. And I'm used to big.
Yeah, girl.
So I'm kind of scared that all this, it's going to lead up to me disappointed in sex, because I've had a similar guy before and it was not the best. So I don't know how to say it to him that like I'm scared to have sex, or like I feel like I shouldn't at all tell him that, just because that's really messed up. I've told my best friend that I'm scared to do it with him because I'm scared that it's not going to be good. And I feel like that's really messed up of me, because we're in a relationship, we've been together, we've seen each other, like we know each other, and I feel like that should make sex with him even better.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to do. I don't know how to go about it. I don't know how to stop myself from thinking about it, because I know myself. I'm just going to lay there and be thinking about it and be thinking like,
Well,
oh
get
my
on
God, I don't know
top.
if this is good, or oh
Lazy?
my God, like I'm so scared. Like I'm terrified of what to do, and I honestly don't know how to react.
She's
I don't know.
scared shitless
I'm
of
just
his
very confused. So if you guys can like help me out with this, because I'm a girl lost, completely and utterly lost right now.
Why are you scared? It's so little and cute.
It's not gonna bite. It's harmless. It's like a Yorkie. It's so small. Oh my gosh. I think okay, so let's just first start out by saying size does not matter.
No.
The best sex I've had with guys.
Of the ocean.
Ooh, for sure. I hate that phrase. But the best sex I've had with guys, like the guy who has said like that we refer to as smart water bottle for obvious reasons. Dude, I can't
Baby
I can't even fucking explain to you. Girthy. Girthy as fuck. I'm sorry. She's drinking. If you're watching the video. Okay, we're moment of silence for you to swallow. Great. She's good. But like it was not the best I've ever had at all. No. Because like there's only, and I think like this sounds to me like the penetrative sex that you've had has been probably the stuff that you've enjoyed the most, or something that you have had like the most pleasure in, and it does make sense if like that is what you're kind of used to. But guys who like we said this before, like guys who like come really fast, or guys who like are a little less endowed, those are the ones with something to prove. Mm-hmm. Those are the ones who go down on you for like 45 fucking minutes. They read books. Mm-hmm. They read articles. Mm-hmm. They're like, she is going to come and I'm going to be a fucking hero. Yeah. And I think like you need to get, I think
that muscle.
You need to give him the benefit of the doubt, and of that, like him, again, size and also like penetration. Like that's only like one small aspect of sex if you choose small. For it to be. Keyword small. Mm-hmm. And he can also be a grower, not a shower. Mm-hmm. It could be something like you could have like felt it, and then in reality, like once a guy's there and you're like, oh, I'm actually really enjoying this. Yeah. I mean, like, unless you are one of like whatever small percent that can come from purely like vaginal penetration, what's going to make it good is like stimulation of all of the other stuff. Mm-hmm. And that's usually what does make sex good. And also maybe like that had been happening with your other partners, but you attributed to the reason why it was good was because of the size of their penis.
Right. And did you have the other guys that you were with that had smaller penises? Were you dating before? Was it just like a hookup situation?
Yeah.
What we need more information. You gave us the wrong information.
Dude, you gave us your fucking social security number. No, but I think also this is like very standard, typical me advice. You gotta have fucking sex with them now. You need to stop talking to your friends about it. You need to stop worrying about it. I love Monts so much. This is nothing I had not seen. We hadn't like really even fooled around at all. But even before we started dating, I was like so fucking terrified that like for me, having sex with someone is how I know if I like them or not. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, I think I like him. And I was like, what the fucking happens? Like the second he puts it in me, I'm like, I don't like you at all. Which has happened to me before. Like where I've like been with guys and I'm like, shit, this is bad timing to figure this out. But like for me, that's really what it takes. And that fear, the more that fear builds up before you like hook up with somebody, that's when you get in your own head. I think like also if you guys like when you keep saying we've been dating and all of that, it's only been a couple months. You've been like putting these like labels and things on really quickly, especially if like you want sex to be a part of your relationship and that's something that both of you are interested and open to. And the reason why you haven't done it is because you're nervous. I think like the longer that you wait on something that will probably, as you it sounds like, is a deal breaker for you, then you should establish that and kind of figure that stuff out before you guys are like committed to each other, because that's, I mean, I wouldn't be like, someone's like, you want to be exclusive? And I'd be like, can you go down on me first before I give you an answer? Like, it's like, hey, let's figure this out. But I think give them a chance to surprise you. Yeah.
I've never had bad sex. I've
what
had
the
like,
fuck?
But I'm going to tell you why. I've had good sex and great sex, but like, I've said this before, like I masturbated before I had sex. And I think if you know your body and know what you want and you're vocal and you tell exactly what you want, then it's going to be better. And especially if you already have feelings for this guy too, it's gonna be, you just tell him what you like and you find out what he likes. Maybe he's
afraid of your vagina.
Maybe he's afraid of your vagina and he's just gonna swallow up his little pecker. And so you gotta be vocal.
Oh, it's funny. I can't believe you've never had, oh my God.
I've never had terrible sex. It's been good and great.
The way she describes, I don't know how small this guy's penis is, but let me just say, the worst sex I've had in my life, I like really didn't like the guy, and I like realized, I like knew I didn't like him, but I was like, I'm just gonna do it anyway, like, because maybe I do. I did not, and it was, I might have said the words, isn't it? Like, I was wasted, and I was like I was like, this, I'm sorry, this is we're having sex right now. This is what having sex with you is like. And so I understand.
Did he go down on you?
No, I probably did he? I actually have no idea.
It could have been that you were drunk. You could have been terrible too.
No, he hit me up a lot.
Okay.
No. But yeah, so I think like you gotta like if sexual chemistry is important to you, I think you owe it to both him and you to like figure it out sooner rather than later. And it's also okay if you guys aren't super compatible, but I think if you're really attracted to him and like you're turned on, and like if like the penetrative part of sex, like it just isn't right off the bat as great as you want it to be, like it is something you work towards, and it is being vocal and asking for what you want and saying what you're into and things like that. I think you'll realize that, but also at the same time, like, some people just aren't sexually compatible. And that's also okay. But
that's where my good sex came in. Not compatible. And I'm still getting off at the end of the
Hey, girl. But you just got to figure it out now. And there's there's no shame in either sense of it, but get that good dick. Even if it's a small one.
Even if it's a small one.
Yeah. And what if his dick really isn't even, what if it's like a fucking like optical illusion?
Yeah.
Because she said
or like it's so big that it's like tucked on the side of his leg.
You're just touching his ball.
Yep.
He just has he's a narrow ball. Like a not girthy ball. And you're like, oh wow. And then just like whips out and it's like the Kraken. Unleash the fucking Kraken. Literally. Think about that.
You don't know.
You don't know. And you also don't know what he does with other parts of his body. And then you can be like, oh, hot
does he
damn
play
wow.
guitar?
Yeah. Does he? I was trying to think of an instrument you play with your tongue.
Does he?
Can he tie a cherry string?
Take him out for ice cream. See how he licks
watch
the
how
cone.
he licks that. Slurp it on up. Slurp it on up. Also, how well do you know the size of your own vagina? You know what I mean? Like when you like, I guess if you're like wrapping ooh, wow, yeah. If you're like wrapping lots of fingers, or if you're like touching,
What?
If she's touching his penis and then you're like looking, and they're not like looking, but like you're feeling like, oh, you can wrap your fingers in.
Got it.
They really go over each other. So I'd love to know what your boyfriend's penis size is. Moral of the story.
Yeah. Also, like if we were wrapping hands, hold up your hand. The other hand.
Oh my God, do you think every penis is huge?
No. I know.
Holy shit. Oh my God. Yeah. Wait, no, do you ever feel bamboozled? Do you ever feel what does Ja Rule say? I was bamboozled. I was like
hoodwinked and all those. Yeah. No.
So you just don't use your hand as a gauge of size?
I have eyes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like if you were like touching with something, but you wouldn't, if you just like were feeling down without seeing anything, you'd be this is not an accurate.
I know what would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been in the game a while.
Yeah. Had your fair share of dicks. That's so funny. That was actually, I think Pete Davidson said that about Ariana Grande, that like everything looks huge to her.
Tiny.
Hey, Megan, love your podcast. So basically, I'm a college senior right now, and so my roommate / best friend, she's been dating her boyfriend for like 5 years now. And their relationship is really rocky, where they've almost broken up a bunch. They've both cheated on each other, like at least making out, maybe even more. It's like a weird power dynamic because he's like fucking loaded. She's also really rich too, but like he buys her a lot of stuff. Like they go out, like they went on spring break to London, all expenses paid by him. And so the relationship is just weird. And basically, like when we go out to bars and stuff, she'll still dance with other guys and flirt with other guys, like lead them on as if they have a chance with her. And so basically one night we were going out and she starts dancing with this guy, and he made out with her. And so I stepped in and like stopped them. And then she's like, gets embarrassed and runs away, and then texts me being like, fuck, like I'm down to fuck him. And so I'm like, we need to go home right now. Like that's not happening. And basically she's like, no, let me stay with him. Like, just go home, let me be. And I'm like, no, we're going home now. And she like ran away after I like initially stepped in, and because she was like embarrassed, I assume. And then she like stops responding to my text, and so I'm stuck with this guy, and I'm like telling him like, oh, she has a boyfriend, it's not your fault. And basically like he was like, oh, actually I was going after you. And so long story short, I'm now friends with benefits with him, and my roommate's like really awkward about it, where she's kind of like, I don't want him coming over, yada, yada, yada. I'd rather you hook up with your ex, who was like really shitty to me. And I don't know how to deal with it, because he's like the best sex of my life thus far, and I enjoy it. And it's just weird because I can't talk to her about it. And she's kind of still weird about it, but she has a boyfriend, so I feel like she's not allowed to be jealous or weird.
Yeah. First off, their relationship sounds like goals to me.
Dude, fucking goals. Honestly, though.
Yeah, like they're both rich.
Yeah.
They have an open relationship,
Essentially,
I guess.
yeah.
Sounds great to me.
It sounds like a fucking party in London, baby. Wow.
But then you
Girl.
really, at first I was like, well, no, still I'm like, you shouldn't be inserting yourself into the relationship or any problems or anything like that. Like, you shouldn't be mothering. It sounds like you're mothering her.
And now you're the mom who fucked her crush.
Yeah.
This is like, I really don't, not that I'm trying to psychoanalyze you, but that's always what I'm doing when I listen to calls. I'm like psychoanalyzing everybody. So yeah, I mean, like, my instinct is, my initial reaction was like, butt the fuck out of her life. It's not your life. Let her make her own mistakes. You're way too involved in like I mean, at the end of the day, if someone's going to cheat and somebody's going to like do something stupid and all of that, like, that's on her. And like, you putting yourself in there makes you feel like you can do something to either make it or stop it. Like, to like that, if you don't do it, you're going to make it happen. And that's putting like a blame and fault on you on something that literally has nothing to fucking do with you. And if your friend's going to do that and like ruin her relationship, that's on her, and she has to do it.
Yeah, but it doesn't even seem like they're ruining their relationship. It might be cheating to you, but it's not cheating to them. Yeah.
And I think you being like, I'm going to stand here and protect and be like, I'm going to pull you away from this guy and like whatever. That is just like, fucking, you need to butt out. You need to butt out. I'm like not here for infidelity and like not here for any of that stuff. But like, if you can let her know, be like, I really like, I don't want to, if you're going to cheat on your boyfriend, like, I don't want to know. And I also don't want to be there, because like, it makes me feel gross and shitty. It makes me feel like I'm accomplice to something. And then you take yourself away from the situation, but you don't take both of you away from the situation, because like, she's not your child. That is not your responsibility. And she's just going to do it anyway. But at the same time, then you hooking up with this guy, I don't know. I don't understand that aspect of it, because it's like, you're trying so hard to protect your friend. And she's clearly like was sexually attracted to this guy, but you're negating any of those sort of like feelings because she has a boyfriend, and therefore you have the right to hook up with him, when you just stopped her from doing it. Like, that looks like a shitty friend move. And like the idea that and even if she didn't have, like, if she wasn't attracted to him or whatever, it's a guy that she made out with at a bar that she was like, oh shit, I fucked up. You're bringing him around. Like, that's somebody, like, for her, it's like, fuck, what if my boyfriend, like.
But did she have that feeling? Like,
she said, didn't she say, she's like, I can't believe I did that. And then she's like, now I want to fuck him.
The friend said that she ran away because
she was embarrassed.
Because she was embarrassed.
Oh, okay.
Like, she was putting her own thoughts on it. She doesn't know. She didn't say why she actually ran away. Maybe she just didn't want to be around you.
Yeah. This is just like, you need to, if you want to be like that savior, end all be all friend who's like, I'm going to protect you from every single heartbreak and every single like bad mistake that you're going to do, then you don't fuck the guy that she was flirting with and dancing with. Like, that those just, they're just two completely different narratives. And Yeah, I don't want to sound like, I don't know if you guys have like if there's a jealousy in your friendship and there's something that like.
It kind of sounded like it was.
Yeah. And I think that's also like, I am constantly jealous of my friends, and not in like a green with envy, like, fuck, I wish I had that kind of way. But it's kind of one of those things of being like, this is someone I really care about and I really like, and I'm in close proximity to like great, cool things that they have. And like, I want that for them and I want that for me. And I think like, if you have any sort of like competitive, like any jealous or competitive feelings for her, or you see her as an extension of yourself and you don't want her to make a mistake because it feels like, oh, we're like best friends, and it feels like if she's hurting, I'm hurting, so you're protecting her from that. But then at the same time, you're not really thinking about her feelings in this instance. And like, monogamy is whatever, and like, you don't know the inner workings of their relationship. Even if if you think she tells you everything, she doesn't. And I think like the idea that like she's not allowed to be upset, or even like beyond feeling upset, feel awkward, like that's super fucking awkward. Like if let's say if Aislinn started hooking up with, sorry, I'm just throwing her. If Aislinn started hooking up with a guy that I like got out, like went out and was like drunk and like hooked up with, and like, let's say okay, let's pretend I cheated on, even if I didn't even cheat on Monts, and if it was like I hooked up with a guy pretty early on when him and I were dating anyway, and Aislinn started dating him. What? I know. He's the small penis.
Aislinn said she was picturing a certain guy.
She knows what I'm saying. And if that was a thing, like, even though that I have like feelings for Monts, and like that's who I really care about and who I want to be with, like that still puts me in an awkward position, regardless of my emotions and my like feelings of like romance or attraction to that person. It also can just feel really awkward and feel a little bit betrayal of being like, hey, I fucked up and you tried so hard to protect me from my fuck up, and now you're parading my fuck up at my house.
Yeah. Like why would you have sex with a guy your friend made out with anyway?
And even if a guy who was hitting on my friend all night, or I thought my friend would, like, and all that, and then he was like, oh, she left, take it back, never mind, into you, I'd be like, yeah, fuck off, douche lord.
And also, is this
that's such
sex
a line
that you're like, this sex is so good, it's the best sex you've had of your life, is it better than your friendship?
Yeah. I just think that this is like, I think you're telling yourself, again, not to be like a ruthless bitch, I think you're telling yourself you're being a good friend by trying to protect her from all of this stuff, when in reality, I think you're being overbearing. And then in turn, when you're not following through on that being a good friend trying to protect you, because you're confusing the shit out of your friend too, of being like, well, I thought you were trying to protect me from this. And even if she's wasted and didn't see it in the moment, and then the next day it's like, oh my God, you're right, and you're like, actually, I'm hooking up with them. It's like, what? Like, I'm so confused now. Like, you made me see the error in my ways, or anything like that. I just think it's not, I don't know. It's not worth your friendship at all.
No.
I think you need a hobby too.
Yeah.
And another guy who's like in a totally different friend circle, and it's like, I think you need to get invested in your own relationship drama, not hers, because also then when you make decisions, not that you're making decisions for her, but then when you make this decision, you're coming at it from like, oh, well, she's already feeling this and this and this. Like, you don't know really how she's also feeling. And also, there's so many other guys that you don't have to like factor in your friend's one night history with when it comes to it. Like,
you're not being a good friend.
Yeah. Wow. When we lost a listener. Goodbye, Becky. I don't think that's your name. Okay, is it time for?
It's time for Don't Blame Them!
We sound like we're going to sell you a car.
Or Price is Right.
Oh, yes.
That's what I was going for.
I love The Price is Right. It's a good
I haven't seen it since Bob Barker left, so that's been years.
Well, I mean, the OG, he's the best.
Yeah.
Speaking of game shows, did you see that guy with his Jeopardy streak?
Oh, yeah.
We're watching.
I wonder if he's single.
He's married,
I'm just joking.
I think.
I'm just joking.
Yeah. He also doesn't smile. It's a little creepy.
Okay.
But we like him. Monts and I are into it.
Back to Don't Blame Them.
Back to Don't Blame Them.
So this is the original caller called into the episode with Allison Stevenson. It was about how... You
sorry.
okay there?
Good.
I'm okay
good.
there, buddy?
I'm good.
Okay, little buddy?
Don't talk to me like his penis. Little bud.
Yep.
Champ.
Get up, little bud.
Come on. Look alive.
Spring for it.
Smile for the camera. Okay.
Oh, God.
Our 5 male listeners are being like, please stop making fun of small penises.
I know.
We're making up for all of the hot dog in a hallway jokes from every movie ever.
Also, I'm not making fun of small penises.
No.
I think they have their right to be there just as well as the big ones.
I fully agree. And again, guys with massive dicks, they never get head.
No.
Ever.
And,
Also, how good?
I can't take. I'm a little girl. I can't take a massive dick.
No, I'm a big girl in a smart water bottle. Like I didn't walk for like 2 days. I mean, I couldn't sit for like 2 days, and when I walked, it was a big first position. Constantly.
That's why your knees are messed up.
Yeah, from all that big ass pipe.
Okay. Like I said, this call is from the episode with Allison Stevenson. The original caller had been like dating her boyfriend for a while, and he would go down on her all the time. And then he stopped once they started having penetrative sex. So this is someone calling with their own little story.
Hi, I am replying to the episode with Allison Stevenson. This is about the girl who was having issues with her fiance going down on her or not going down on her. I have had similar situations with my current dude. We've been together for over 7 years. And for the first little bit of our relationship, he would sometimes, but not very often. So one time I just got kind of tired of it, and I, like, while we were doing it, I just grabbed his face and looked him straight in the eye, and I said, "Hey, eat my puss." And he did. And then afterwards, we, after everything was done, we had like a sit down and a talk. And I explained to him how the female genitals work and how it's difficult to get off sometimes. And he totally understood. And now it's a regular occurrence. So, to reiterate what you guys said, just fucking talk to him, dude. You're in a relationship. He's your partner. He's not like, you're supposed to work together. And you're going to get married, and you don't want to get married to someone who's not going to eat you out. So tell him you want him to eat you out. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Oh my God, I love you.
I do too.
You're great. Eat my puss.
Ate my puss.
Also,
and
I think puss is like, no offense, puss sounds so much like puss.
I know.
Like,
that's
say
what
pussy. Pussy can be like hot, but like
well, it works.
Puss.
So
no, it fucking works.
Let her do what she does.
I'm just more proud of both of you for getting through that moment of you saying puss, or maybe you said pussy.
Yeah, you sound a little nervous to the end of the call.
I love it. Okay, bye. I loved that. No, I mean, I think you're very much exactly right. Like when you're in a relationship with somebody, you can't be afraid to ask for stuff. And also, fucking a lot of like straight dudes are super fucking dumb when it comes to female anatomy. And
I think gay dudes are too.
Oh, well, I mean, we're not even including them in the conversation. The amount of times Kyle has been like, wait, he sent me that meme of the boyfriend buying his girlfriend like tampons, being like, what size is your pussy? And Kyle sent to me, goes, wait, is that not how it works? No, it's not how it fucking works. But I would say like, that like a lot of the people, I mean, even me as a female, I definitely had a lot of like learning to be like, I don't fully like, I didn't start masturbating until I was like in my 20s, 20-ish.
I've only been in it for 5 years, huh?
It's been a good 5 years. I've enjoyed myself thoroughly. No, but maybe even like 21 though, I want to say like probably like
4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think like there just isn't a lot of information like widely accessible, and just everywhere you look, you see things for like erectile dysfunction and like blue balls, all of these like references about like guys and their penises in regards to sex, but like you don't really get any from about women. Like I think like the amount of times we've heard the joke like hot dog down a hallway versus how many times have you heard the word like clit been said on TV, like or movies. Like
True.
It's like completely polar opposite. So I think anyone who's listening, if you're dating a guy and you have a vagina and you want him to go down on you more, I think like we're afraid to ask for that kind of stuff, but also they're usually not doing it not because that like they're like, oh, I don't do that, I'm not into that. They're like, oh, I thought this whole time with like 3 fucking pumps and you were like coming like crazy.
Yeah.
Like this, I thought like Niagara Falls. This is also how guys get their dicks ripped. They stick it in not wet vaginas. Like they're not that bright.
Yeah.
So yeah, giving them
also,
and teaching
don't
them.
let it in you unless it's wet enough. Don't let the dick in you unless you're wet enough.
The same way that you do if you're like not into anal, the same way that like when you guys are like a little drunk and it's like, oh, wrong hole, and you just like completely fly across the room. Do that if he comes at you with his dick and you're like dry ass vagina.
Yeah.
You're like, I am not ready. She is not primed.
Get her wet.
Get her wet.
And if you got to grab that head and say, eat my puss.
I love her. That was fucking fantastic. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Yeah. Consensually aggressive.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
He seemed like he was into it.
I mean, it definitely sounds like it worked for you guys.
Yeah.
And I also love like when you refer to your 7-year relationship as that dude
that I'm currently with. Like you haven't been with him for the last 7 years. It's like he's new.
He's new and like he's temporary. He can't get too comfortable. I'm with right now. Don't take your shoes off.
Don't get it twisted.
Don't get it fucking twisted. Okay.
Oh.
Well, that's it for our episode, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully so many girls get eaten. So many vaginas get eaten out tonight.
So many vaginas get eaten and so many little dick guys get some love.
Give the little dick some love and butt out of your friends' relationships.
Yeah.
And you know, don't
try to go back to a guy that's a pothead.
Yeah. And also weed's not that bad.
And it's not.
If
but
anything,
like you're not with him. So
yeah. I'm also gonna get comments people being like, actually, marijuana is a gateway drug. I'm going to ignore all of your comments. So don't waste your energy.
I have had plenty of weed in my life and I've never had any other drug.
No, I'm fucking terrified of all drugs. I can't even watch TV shows where they do cocaine. Like, no. Fuck
like
no.
Nothing about that excites me.
Not at all. It literally gives me hardcore anxiety. Like I've talked about it in therapy of being like, I get anxious like around drugs. Like, oh, like in real life, that would make sense. I go, no, in movies. Like I can't watch movies where they're doing drugs or they're even like implied that they're high. I even had a hard time with Leonardo DiCaprio on Quaaludes. I was like, oh God, like I don't even know what a fucking Quaalude is. But I was like, this makes me stressed out. Yeah. But yeah. So keep your weed shaming comments to yourself. Well,
you're not welcome here.
You're not welcome here with our ganja. Fuck off. Okay. Go on some like anti-vax like rant. That can be a good, not on here, but like, I mean, like go find that.
Yeah. Go find your own people. This is not your people.
This is not your place. Leave. Nobody asked you.
Get the fuck out.
Ooh, bitch, get out the way. Also, never mind. I was going to ask you about an Instagram video, but I'm going to show it to you later. Okay. Well, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you want to call in for an upcoming episode, you can leave us a voicemail at 310-694-0976. And if you're an international listener, you can send us an audio file to meghanpodcast@gmail.com. And if you're the girl who's dating a small penis, follow up with us. Give us inches and width. Would love that. We don't need pictures.
No.
Don't do that. Please don't do that.
No.
I just need like comparison, like just similes, metaphors.
It's as big as a.
There we go.
Or
it's like a. That's what we need. That's all we need. And if you guys are listening to this episode and you want to watch the video version, it's over on YouTube. And if you are watching on YouTube and you want to listen to the video, I mean, you don't want to fucking titties. If you are watching on YouTube and you want to listen to the audio version and maybe, you know, subscribe to us on one of the platforms where it comes out audio first, because it's not all scheduled with my, I have to be home and like press upload on YouTube.
Like, I've been getting them to you pretty late at night too.
Yeah. And I go to bed early. She goes to bed late. And then I wake up early. Sometimes I've woken up and you've sent them, and I'm like, I'm going to my workout.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
No, it's because we got behind on taping.
Yeah.
So yeah, whatever.
So guys,
Get it.
make sure you subscribe too. We're at any place you want to find us. You can just go to our website, don'tblameme.show, and Instagram, Don't
There's
Blame Me Pod.
cute pictures of us.
There are cute pictures of us in this office, actually.
Well, no.
Oh no!
Oh yeah. It's in the office building. I thought you meant like for the. Never mind. Yes.
Also,
correct.
if any of you guys want to give us a neon sign, please do, because all of you are asking for one. Do you know how expensive they are?
Right.
Do you know how much money we make on this? None.
Not enough
No.
enough to like buy groceries for half the month.
Yeah, I can pay for one of my therapy sessions. So if anyone makes neon signs,
Yeah,
Or-
you can send it.
yeah,
You make it. Your family makes it. You're in the neon sign
sign
biz.
biz. Yeah, let us know, because all of you are requesting that
Yeah, and
without
we'll
giving
give
us
you-
the funds.
Yeah, and then we'll give you shout outs
Yes.
where you can have other
That's
people.
what we can pay you in.
Shout outs.
That's what we got. We don't got cash, but we got. I was gonna say mouths, and that sounds like we're offering other stuff, which
Nope.
we're not.
Nope.
We're not for that cheap. Anyway, okay.
Unless you're taking me to London.
Yeah, taking fucking London and back, boy. Okay, guys, we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Don't Blame Me is a production by me. Executive produced by Melisa Monts. Camera operator Amanda Lechner. Production assistance by Julie Carley. And music by Ryan Hunter and Giacomo Picasso, part of the HerPod Network.